right? He can goes in, he can goes out whenever he wants. So maybe Harley, but the problem is if we bring this game into the super duper late game, I don't know about Harley's damage. Maybe it could be fall off.
Yeah,
It
but
could
there's
be
Lan.
amazing as well. Yeah.
Lancelot. Wow. Okay, so fun fact about Lancelot right now, he's sitting at a 25% win rate with four picks. So
Yeah.
definitely not a priority pick, but in this case, they are more of an all-in comp, I guess you could say, right? With the Benedetta, with the Paquito. I guess Paquito will be going to that tank position, as we've mentioned earlier. So I think it's a good balance of physical and magical damage, and also a very good dive composition because of that follow-up damage coming from the Kagura, coming from the Farsa, and also that really good engage coming from that final blow or Paquito.
Yeah. If we talk about the composition of Aura Fire, they should play, you know, maximize in the early stage with the Benedetta, with Partia, Kagura. After level 4, the rotation should be there for Aura Fire. If not, it's gonna be a huge problem.
Yup, but let's get straight in the game. Match number 1, Genflix Aerowolf versus Aura Fire.
Okay, let's go. I don't know, I'm a bit curious though. I mean, both of teams are pretty strong.
Yeah,
if we talk about the draft pick here.
I want to talk about a little about the draft here. The draft from Genflix side actually is they can be aggressive with Louis, with Jawhead. With just level 2, they can invade. They can play that aggressive to delay Lancelot's farm.
But yeah, I agree with that. But I think Aura Fire just has way better early game. Obviously, because of those strong side laners, strong mid laner to clear that minion wave, they can get priority like this. It's so easy for them to get priority, obviously, with the strength of that Paquito, with the strength of the Benedetta, and the Farsa side lane. Even though she's not really a priority side laner, she brings a lot of wave clearance, wave pressure. So, just like that. But look at this. Kabuki might just get punished for over pushing, and I think she will.
It's gonna be a first blood?
I think it might be first blood, and look at that, Clay using the flicker, but it looks like he's gonna get outplayed a little bit before he can. Wow, my goodness, Kabuki gets out of that sticky situation.
Yeah,
but look at this, Renazmi coming in, Bunstrong will come in to stop that, but the Twin Blades will be able to take him down.
Yeah, the first blood goes for Genflix Aerowolf. I thought that maybe just now Kabuki is still able to survive, you know. But the problem is, even though it's a good backup coming from Fanstrong, it's never enough.
Yeah, and we talked about this, right? How do you make 1-1 good is because if you play for her lane, she'll scale to late game, but Fredo looking for that dive, a little bit too ambitious, I guess, flickering into that bush, that tier 2 bush, so a bit of a risky play, very ambitious play, but again, it created a lot of space for this 1-1-2 scale.
Yeah, he wants to at least get a lot of free space to get the gold shield at the bottom lane, so maybe he can get faster for his item, right? I don't know about Aura Fire with Luoyi and also Kabuki. It will be great if Aura Fire they can play a bit aggressive in the early stage.
Yeah, and even though I mentioned that Aura Fire has the better early game, it looks like Genflix Aerowolf has pressure over that first turtle, so it's going to be very hard for them to contest this, obviously, because they are coming from the bot side. I think this turtle is just going to go down without any contest, uncontested, 100% there.
Yeah, because I don't know, for me, the Aura Fire, maybe they really need to pay attention a bit with the minimap here, you know, like the timing when they have to know about the turtle and another objective. Aura Fire, they're just lacking of it.
Oh, but look at this bottle using the dash to get that, and Kabuki gonna chunk him a little bit, punish him a little bit.
Yeah, meanwhile, we can see the Fredo's
crazy pressure.
Yes, look at that. The zoning coming from Fredo. It will make Aura Fire maybe pretty hard to do a rotation, especially Verity is just pretty squeezy, you know. As an assassin here, Lancelot, that's why his win rate is sometimes kind of low with 20%.
And the Double Force coming in, but nope, not gonna do anything there. But this is why Jawhead is one of those heroes that is one of the most banned heroes, right? Because he brings so much pressure to the early game. He opens up the map. He has that pick potential. It's very hard to catch. It's very hard to run away from this guy.
Yeah, especially with the mobility that he has. It's pretty easy for him to escape or just run from, you know, the chase from the opponent itself. But if the itemization, if we take a look here, Wen pretty fast with the corrosion side.
Yeah, Wen already securing that corrosion, and he just needs to farm basically, I think. But both teams are now looking at the turtle with just 30 seconds left
rotation
here,
coming
Mirko.
in, but my goodness, that's a lot of damage to Drew. But this is a little bit of a slower pace from both teams. Obviously, Aurofire here has the better early game there. It doesn't look like they are forcing anything, and I actually commend them for that, right? Because usually, from what we've seen, the teams who have the better early game, they usually push. They're usually like pressured to do more things, and they get caught in the process. But Aurofire has been taking they're being very patient.
That's why I disagree with you, Mirko. I think Genflix side has the better early game with
Really?
Jawhead and Lui and Harley. Yeah, of course the other side has this Lancelot, but Mirko.
Look at this, another fight coming in. Renasby coming with a re-engage. Vanstrong gonna get taken down just like that, but on the other side, Drew is trying to hit them with that jet. Kabuki comes in, but the rotation is too darn good as, my god, Kabuki gets taken down as well, but it looks like Lancelot will be able to get a trade-off right there.
Oh, but look at that,
Play just keeps on going, but Variety doesn't want to stop there. Thorn Rose comes in, not gonna connect to anyone as he will puncture away from that fight.
Yep, really good movement coming from Clay. I mean, like you guys said, if we talk about the early stage here, both teams actually they have great pressure. Okay, they can coming from Loi, can come from Jawhead for Genflix, Aerowolf, Aurofire with Kabuki, and also Vanstrong, especially Verity after level 4. You know, if we take a look, if we talk about Lancelot in the first 3 minutes, I mean, he really needs to maximize that, you know, the potential, from Assassin itself. But the problem is not coming from Aurofire.
But it doesn't stop there. Look at this, Drew just gonna get ejected, and he's gonna get taken down instantly by the side of Genflix. And this is one thing I want to mention, right, guys? Yes, Genflix has been winning the trades, but does it really matter? Wanwan has been free farming in that bot side alone. So this Wanwan's gonna be huge.
Yes, so this is basically what will happen, okay? After Wanwan secure the EXP lane, he will try to trade the lane here from the bottom lane into the top lane. So at least he can secure another objective here.
Yeah, clean rotations from the side of Genflix Aerowolf. They're able to keep on getting these crazy catches, and this is one thing we've seen a lot from Aurofire. They're not really. It doesn't look like they're communicating efficiently, right? Because there are 4 members in the top side. Benedetta shouldn't be in that position, right? He should know that that he was in a bad situation there. He's in a bad position. Turtle just got slain. 4 members went up. You really can't play that aggressive.
That's true, and he's so aware about that. But look at the Genflix Aerowolf, they secure more objective here with the Deadly Magic, and look at that Watt still won more, even though we didn't see any weakness point actually broken by Watt. But the problem is Genflix Aerowolf, they are dominating in the early stage right now. Into the mid game.
Doesn't stop there, the Unstoppable Force will be used, he'll be taken down. Clay will also be taken down. Now Watt, he is alone. The Feather Airstrike tries to hit him a little bit. That's one of the counters, obviously, Farsa to that 1-1 because of that burst. But Kabuki here coming from the flank, not going to be able to do anything. Thorn Rose comes in to clear the wave.
Yep, and look at that, Aurofire. Now, I mean, maybe they will drive away, but Genflix Aerowolf here, Renasmi, keep giving a pressure at the bottom lane. At least Genflix Aerowolf, it's much easier for them to dive into the jungle of Aurofire, right? They lose their first threat here for Aurofire, so Aurofire, they really need to be careful. Maybe there will be like a surprise initiation that can coming from Fredo, especially, you know, with the flicker and also the ejector.
Yep,
exactly. But it can also be very dangerous if Variety is able to get Bottle and Watt with that Phantom Execution, with that Thorn Rose, it'll be disastrous for the side of Genflix Aerowolf. Just like here, Thorn Rose will be used. Renat can use it, the Bravest Fighter to get out of that situation. Drew uses his dash, gonna get out of that situation. Fredo QT here trying to do a re-engage, but not gonna be able to do anything. He goes under that tier 2. He will see Vance. Vance is gonna pop that bird form of his, get away very clean, very fast.
Yeah. While at the top lane, look at that Watt. Got a lot of free space.
Wow.
He even can take the objective without any, contest.
Phantom Execution comes in. The Thorn Rose will not connect, but Puncture and the attacks will be able to take him down just like that. He's on a killing spree. This is the scary thing about Lancelot. In the mid game, he is really something to be scared of, especially for Wanwan, especially for Harley if they're not able to utilize that mobility.
Agree.
perfectly.
Yes, absolutely. But if you can see that actually it's just a distraction actually coming from Genflix Aerowolf. They push another lane. So actually they're winning all of the lane here from Genflix Aerowolf. So Aerofire, they really need to be careful, or maybe they can try to, do a grouping here, a diversion for Genflix Aerowolf moving into the top lane here.
Alfredo's waiting right there. He's going to use the ejector and the missiles. Kabuki will just Phantom Slash away from that situation.
Yes, Goni for the itemization here.
Yeah, we can see Wan has already completed his DHS, Demon Hunter Sword, and we talked about earlier Corrosion. Meanwhile, Harley is looking good with his items. I mean, Genflix, again, like what just Momo said here, leading in all aspects. Turtles leading in all turrets, objectives, and point kills. But oh my god, what happened there?
Another!
It looks like this is what's scary about Lancelot, right? If you keep on feeding him kills, it's going to be massive for Aurofire, and it's going to be disastrous for the side of Genflix Aerowolf.
That's true. It's
but look at this, Unstoppable Force will be used, connects, and the ejector will also be the follow-up right there to get that kill onto Drew.
Okay, just now actually I just realized Franz, did he use that Feeder Aspect just to clear the minion without helping his teammate?
Yep, you're absolutely right, but look at this Phantom Execution plus the Thorn Rose will be able to chunk Fedo down to a little bit of health.
Look at that, even the Ying Overton didn't have a lot of damage from Kagura. Wow, oh my god, Genflix Arrow, maybe they keep losing on what, okay? Punished 2 times here by Verity, but the problem is Aurofire, they don't focus to get the objective, okay, the turret. Maybe they can get like, okay, the skirmish actually they've been made, but the problem is Aurofire, they need to be careful about the objective turret here because Genflix Arrow keep giving a pressure to all of his lane.
Yeah, they haven't been able to utilize those abilities efficiently, right? Because Farsa, Feather Airstrike, if Vance uses it to zone that 1-1 away, it can be very crucial, it can be very fatal for the side of Genflix, but he has been using it to clear waves most of the times right now from what we've seen.
Yeah, exactly. Holy Crystal has been secured by Harley, we can see that, and Genflix right now is already opening Lord here, Mirko.
Yep, right here, look at this. Genflix Aerowolf has pressure on that Lord, obviously because of that mid lane pressure, but it's going to be turned right around as Aurofire now. They're looking to shove that mid lane to get that pressure off for Lord, but the Flicker Ejector will be used. Vance can purify that. Very good purify coming in from Vance.
Yes, but Fredo, I think he needs to find another target, especially with the purify that Vance have. It's pretty easy, to run from the Ejector, especially the...
Yeah, and now look at this, Genflix Aerowolf, they're already chunking that Lord down to a fourth of the HP. Drew coming in for the engage now. Lancelot used the Thorn Rose, but nothing will come out of it. Renazmi will zone everyone away as he connects a stun onto Vance, but look at this Feather QT, gets an ejector onto Drew. Now Feather Airstrike comes in. It's a very messy fight. This is not where you want to be, Genflix Aerowolf. They get 1 kill. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but it's not even a 1-for-1 trade, it's a 1-for-0 trade as Genflix Aerowolf gets a kill and that Lord for free.
Yeah, it's gonna be a huge advantage for Genflix Aerowolf, especially they can push more lanes here. And Aurofire, I don't know, even though if we talk about the phase here, okay, it's pretty passive for Aurofire. Okay, I didn't see any aggressive movement coming from Aurofire, and it goes into the late game right now. 12 minutes, right? And it's gonna be tough for Aurofire, because they don't have marksman. Okay, they only have 2 SS in here. Exactly. Kabuki and Severity.
That's why I thought Aurofire had the better early game, because they have that pressure in the early game, right? Obviously with 2 assassins against 2 marksmen, but look at this. Vanstrong gonna get chunked down by the rotation now in re-engage from the side of Variety. He uses the Phantom Execution, but it won't matter as he will get shut down by Clay. Now Watt uses the crossbow of Tan to take Drew down. It's a 3v5 situation right now as every single turret will fall down. Final blow will be used to clear that minion, but it won't be enough as they will be forced behind their base.
But look at that, Frodo with the flicker just now. He's just trying to make fun. Peril.
Yeah, we mentioned this Loyi pick, and my goodness, has it been very, very impactful right now. It's literally the setup for every single kill that they've gotten in the early game, and now it looks like a re-engage coming in again and again. Fedo QT just going in. Vanstrong will be taken very low. They're gonna put their targets onto that inhibitor turret.
Will try to defend the base. I think Aurofire here. I mean, they are still able to defend their base, but the problem is Fredo will be shouted down. Priority, look at that massive damage coming from Clay with the dispersion and also the rotation. Here they really need to be careful with the magical damage coming from Genflix Aerowolf. And they still one more. Kabiki will fall down just now. And Drew, look at that. No one can touch Clay at the backline here.
Yep, and the Feather Airstrike comes into zone. The Genflix Aerowolf members. Bottle will be taken very low. He's going to be snared under that base. But look at this Renami with the Arena Gate. Will not hit. He goes in under that base. Maybe a bad call right here. Watt trying to finish the game off, but Drew zoning everyone away. Now it's a 3v4 and doesn't look like Genflix will be able to end this game as Aura Fire. They refuse to be taken down.
Yes, they are still able to defend their best, but Genflix Aerowolf, they are just not giving up. They keep giving operation inside the base of Aura Fire, and the Super Mini just keep going in from all of the lane here.
The top 3 members from Genflix are the highest damage dealer here, Miracle. I mean, the Luoi, again, we talked about it earlier, has proven with Clay is very, very effective.
Yep. It's very effective, especially in that early game. They got caught so many times by that rotation and by that dispersion as well. So again, oh my god, an Unstoppable Force comes in and the ejector is there to follow up. The damage is also there. Everyone will be taken down. Crossbow of Tan gets one person. Killing spree. He goes under the base. He doesn't care. Someone reaches. I'll just take him down right there, right now. Thorn Rose comes in, but it doesn't matter. Kabuki will also be chunked down to very low. Everyone's going to hit that base. Ejector will come in for a final disrespect, but the game will be over. Game 1 taken by Genflix Aerowolf.
GG Genflix taking game 1. I think Genflix just rotated Aura in that game. Momo.
Yeah.
Well, I can say that maybe it's pretty passive. Okay, I didn't see any aggressive movement, even though we knew Aura Fire, they have 2 assassins here, okay? Benedetta and also Lancelot. But the problem is, they're just too passive. Maybe Genflix Aerowolf, they just giving a lot of pressure in the early stage. But the problem is, if they don't counter it with another aggressivity they're coming from the Aura Fire, I think it's gonna be, you know, like kind of one-sided early stage for Aura Fire. And it's pretty, you know, unfortunately, Aura Fire, they have to lose in our first game. Right now, Genflix Aerowolf, even though we've